So we have a very full agenda today with interactive dialogues on Yemen, Libya, Syria, and Sudan. Let me start with an introductory note that this very full agenda reflects two things. Number one, that there are multiple urgent situations that we face with respect to human rights ongoing in the world right now. And second, and importantly, that the Human Rights Council has done a good job in being able to deal with crises in real time and improve its ability to function and address crises as they're happening. I think it's an important signal of that the mechanics are working here relatively well, and I think it's important to take note of that. On the specific issues we're addressing today, we just had an interactive dialogue on Yemen, and the interactive dialogue on Libya is ongoing. With respect to Yemen, I think the important messages are the international community and the United States remain concerned about human rights atrocities happening there, violations happening there. This is the time for transition in Yemen, and I think there are some encouraging signs, specifically the fact that President Saleh has delegated authority to the Vice President to implement a transition to a peaceful Yemen future. And I think today the interaction between the High Commissioner on the one hand and the Foreign Minister of Yemen was very significant in that it reflected a real conversation between the two sides, and I think that's important. On Libya, we just heard from a representative on the Commission of Inquiry, and then following that, as I left the room, the representative of the TNC was speaking. And it's important to note that this is the first time a representative of the new government has spoken as the representative of the Libyan government in an international fora since the TNC was accredited last Friday. There is a lot to be done, a lot of work that remains in Libya. The situation there is still not stable. However, we also are hopeful that the TNC will live up to its responsibilities as the representative of the Libyan people. They have made serious commitments about what they intend to do in terms of creating a situation of security and to follow it through on accountability for past atrocities. And we take them at their word, and we will be encouraging them strongly in that direction. Third, later this afternoon, we will hear from the fact-finding mission on Syria. As you probably know, the fact-finding mission has not garnered the full cooperation of the Syrian regime. As a result of continuing atrocities this summer, we were forced to hold a second special session on the situation in Syria just less than a month ago, where we established also a commission of inquiry. We will hear from that commission of inquiry later this year. For now, I think the important message is the conditions in Syria continue to be grave and highly concerning, and there's evidence of systematic, widespread human rights atrocities. That's a very serious allegation. I think it's important to say it's time for the Syrian regime to stop trying to mask the atrocities with propaganda. It will not work. The Assad regime must step down and allow for a peaceful and democratic transition for the Syrian people. And with that, I'll take a couple of questions.